Do you have a dog?
No, I volunteered there for summer.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so that's how I get this T-shirt. So, see, it's on the back.
I mean, I have two Siberian Huskies that could probably make another T-shirt. If you want.
Okay. So today we are doing the exam 2 review. I'm not going through every question. I will just ask you on this page if you have any question. That's the first task today. Second task. So please, after we do exam 2, please log into your cameras. So last time I did the midterm survey, I collect your response. Only part of your response, the part which you have suggestions for me. So those words, those bolded words are from you, and those small unbolded words are from me. So this is my response to each of your comment. So that's the second part of today's class. I write down the response for each of your suggestions already. I want to hear from you again. How would you feel it? Is my response sufficient, or my adjustment good enough to help you? Okay, that's the second part of today's class. Let's do the first part first. Okay, so do you guys have a look at the exam 2 review?
Yes.
Okay. So this is a exam 2 review. So my first question is on the first page. And does anyone has any question? Anyone? Nobody has any question on the first page? Second page. Hey, Black, it seems that you're trying to say something. Would you ask?
No, I was just gonna let you know. First page was good for me.
Okay, cool. So how about others? Second page. So third page. Okay, so tell me the truth. You guys do not have any question for the first 3 pages because those questions are very easy. You can handle it. You're very confident with it, or you have not looked at it yet. Just tell me the truth.
I think I'd have to look at the chart to make sure that I have the right formula, but when it comes to like finding the right formula, like with the APR and N and Y stuff and plugging it all in, I think I actually could, I'd be fine with these.
Yeah.
Yeah, same. I'm not like 100% like overconfident, but these ones I have been good with.
Okay. So by the way, do you guys notice that the solution is also posted?
Yeah, the answers were in a separate PDF.
Yeah. And the solution has quite a bunch of notations to help you to understand the process. Right? The calculation process is kind of written down here. Okay. So let's go back to this exam 2 review. How about the fourth page? Okay.
Can you do number 5?
I definitely can do number 5. Okay, but I noticed the kiddiest comment. So, hi kiddiest, can I talk with you?
Yes.
Did you receive my email?
I guess not. I didn't look it up. So.
Okay. So okay. No worry. So first of all, I want to emphasize please make sure you check your email every day. All the important notifications, not only from my class, I would think also from the university. Every important issue kind of delivered to you by email, okay? So if you receive an email from me, please read it. I beg you, read it, okay? So if you don't read it, kind of you miss something very valuable. Okay, so to summarize, there is an exam to review posted under this week's module, and this also has a solution set post visit also. So let's go back to the Rochelle's question 5. Question 5 is a consumer price index question, right? So before I answer this question, since we have kind of plenty of time during this class, do you guys watch the news, or do you guys notice that we're ongoing big inflation right now?
Yeah.
So first of all, you may notice that the housing price skyrocketed in the past year. Do you guys pay
To
attention?
that and the gas price.
Also the gas price. Do you guys remember what it was the gas price at the same time last year, last October? I think it's around $2-ish. Yeah, I think it depends on the station, obviously, but I think the overall price was around $2-ish last October. So I remember last summer, before October, when I drove to Yellowstone, I remember very clearly, the gas price was $1.6 a gallon. So right now it's $3.5 a gallon. Some ways cheaper, but they're all on the $3 range. So that's also part of big increase of our living expense. So the consumer price index is just a measurement of all the general service you receive, general goods or service you receive to survive. So it measures how expensive your life is, your survival life is. So this question says that the consumer price index CPI is increasing at the rate 4% per year. In 1998, CPI was $163. So it is increasing at 4% per year. So when you read this question, first slow down, try to understand what is exactly talking about. So it says that a number is this number is called CPI, whatever number it is increasing, right? 4% per year. Look at my hand, increasing 4% per year. So a long time ago, in the year 1998, it started from 163, so it's increasing. So we never did any question like CPI related with CPI in our class. So just think about a similarity. What is the similarity between this question and something we did before? Feel free to voice your opinion.
Can you say that one more time? I'm sorry, I didn't hear the question.
Yes. So we never did any question about CPI in our class. But when you read this question, is any question that we did in our class which is very similar with this? Any kind of problem very similar with this problem? Rishi, did I speak that clearly?
Yeah. I mean, it looks similar to the ones for like the mortgages.
I disagree. So the mortgage is very different. Mortgage is that you took a loan, right? Then the loan is increasing. You need to calculate how much your payment per month, right?
Right.
Yeah, but this one is different. You're not calculating any payment, any kind of monthly money you should give them. So I would say this question is more similar with the back deposit question. You deposit money into the bank. You do not withdraw, you do not do anything with it. Then it just grows, your bank account just grows by itself, 4%, 3% per year. Nothing happened if you don't, nothing happened other than the fact it is just growing. Right, Rashid? Do you agree?
Yes.
Great. So in 1998, just imagine that you put $163 into the bank. This is your CPI money. Then each year is increasing 4%. So after 21 years, it was the year 2009, you want to see how big this number is. So in the question we did in the previous class, the number is how much money you have in the bank. But right now, in this question, it means how big your CPI is in the year 2009. So that's why you just use, let me share screen. That's why you just use the same formula with a back deposit. One, right? So this is exactly the same formula with a back deposit compounding annually. Do you guys see my screen?
Yes.
Great, thank you. Hey, Roshi, did I answer your question?
Yes, thank you.
Oh, great, thank you. On the fourth page, does anybody else have any question? Question 5, 6, 7. How about the fifth page? Question 8, 9, 10. How about the last page? 11, 12, no, not 12, 11 ABC. Okay, no question? Nobody has any more question about this practice set? Okay, so if nobody has any question about this practice set, let's continue the second part of today's class. So we should discuss about your feedback. So please open Canvas. I mean, you can also look at my screen also, I'm sharing my screen. In the Canvas announcement, I post a section which is called feedback discussion. So here I address every comment you made, every suggestion you made to me in the middle semester survey. I would give you like 5 minutes to read through it, especially pay attention to the one you provided to me. If I missed anything, please let me know, okay? 5 minutes later, we'll come back together to discuss whether my solution is reasonable. Okay, so spend 5 minutes reading my feedback. Okay, I'm back. Are you guys still there?
Yeah.
So have you read my feedback discussion?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
So let's go through each term, each line by line. Please look at my screen. I'm sharing my screen. For this one, does anyone has any kind of different opinions about my response? Okay, so do you approve or disapprove my response?
Looks good to me.
I
Approved.
approve because I always made mistake like that.
Okay, so yes, so so next time, if you have any kind of issue like this, please take a screenshot and send me an email, okay? Make sure take a screenshot to capture all the important details. What do you type in the system? And what is the correct answer, okay? Just please do not just take a screenshot. I can not see any useful information for me to make any judgment. Okay, so I hope that is a common sense. Second, this comment. So somebody said that he or she wants to list all the upcoming assignments. And there's another person who said that, can you put all the assignments on the gradebook so that we can calculate what, blah, blah, blah. So a third person said that I feel some assignments should be reminded. So when I read those suggestions, I'm thinking about what is the best way to address them. So after thinking for maybe a day or two, I concluded that the best way to do that is make all the future assignments, exams, project visible in the Canvas. I mean, so this means that you should be able to see that your exam 3, your final exam, also posted in your Canvas. One of the big benefit of posting those assignments early is that the Canvas has a reminding system. So every time when a due date is coming, you can see literally on inside the Canvas system. But make sure you check the Canvas. If you don't check Canvas, you cannot see. Then nobody else is to blame other than yourself. Okay. So does anyone has any kind of different ideas about my response on this? Any opinion, any comments? Approve or disapprove? Give me some response.
I think that's fine.
Anybody else?
Yeah, looks good to me.
Okay. Okay, cool. Okay, let's make address the third comment. Somebody said that more examples could be better. First, I really agree. However, we have a time limit in our class. We cannot talk more examples because you can see we were only 1 hour and 15 minutes class each time. But I'll try to find more examples on YouTube and attach them in the weeks under the same week's module. Second, there are also more examples in the textbook you can read. By the way, since you guys purchased my math lab automatically come with a textbook. Do you guys know that? There's an e-text.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
great. So does anyone has any opinion, any suggestion on this comment suggestion? Do you guys approve or disapprove my response?
Approve.
Approve.
Okay,
Approve.
thank you. So, by the way, when I say that I will do something in the future, you guys should check on me. If I didn't do that, please send me an email using your harsh language. You said that you are going to do this, but you forget to do that. So please send me a harsh email if I said something, but I didn't do. Okay, to remind me. So I really appreciate the people who are outspoken to me, who express their real opinion, real suggestion, real voice to me. Okay. So let's continue to the next line. Okay, so this one is a big one. So somebody said that he does not understand how they work super hard for this person to grasp the overall concept is doing, or what the question itself is asking me to do. So I made 3 points to this comment. The first one is a general, how you should handle stress. So if you feel stress, the number one job is not focus. The number one priority is relax, not focus. Raise your hand, look around the green grass in front of the house, look at the trees, look at the people nearby. I mean, have a 10 minutes break every time you study for an hour. Also maintain a minimum 7 hours sleep. Eat a good breakfast with fruits and walnuts. So that's a general strategy to handle stress. This is not just doing math. This is general strategy for handle stress, for any kind of stress, academic stress, interpersonal stress, work stress, any kind of stress. Okay. So second point I want to make is, if you want to better understanding of the materials, please read through all the notes we have. Pay attention to the story of the example. So our class is very, very applied. Almost every question has an applied context. You are really doing the question that you are going to use in your future life. I'm pretty sure every one of you one day will buy a house, one day will deposit money in your bank account, one day will have a credit card. So each question comes with a story. So first understand the story or the context of the question. Then recall your memory. We learned so many questions in the lecture notes. So each question has the best formula corresponding to it, so you have to match the story of the question to the story you learned in the lecture notes, right? So for example, today we talk about the CPI, the Consumer Price Index. So it begins with a small number, then it gradually increases each year by year. So you should try to think about something we did similar in the previous lecture notes. And the back deposit question is more similar with this one, right? So that's how you find the story of the question or the context of the question and find the right formula to you apply. Do not spend a quarter of your time on the calculation details, because calculation details are only worth reading after you understand the picking process of which formula to use under the context. So in other words, so you should first understand the context. Then you find the right formula. Then comes the calculation. So if you didn't find the right formula, no matter how good your calculation is, you are going to get a wrong result, right? So this is my second suggestion. Third suggestion is stay in touch with assistants, which is free to you. On campus, we have the learning center. We also have the math help desk and the Merck lab inside the new building. Do you guys notice that we have a new dormitory on campus? I'm talking. So if you are doing this class completely online, you may not notice that. However, if you go to the campus, just like I did every Monday and Wednesday, we have a new dormitory on campus. That's where the math help desk is. Oh, sorry, that's where the Merck lab is. We also have the math help desk in the student commons, 4th floor in the math department. We also have the learning center. So if you do not know how to find them, just type the keyword learning center, tutor, University of Colorado, Denver. Just Google these keywords. You will find the details where to find them, what are their operating hours. So normally they work every working hour on weekday. So I'm also confident that the math help desk, the Merck lab also work on weekends, at least one day on weekend. So that covers at least 6 days of a week. So I think that's pretty sufficient for most people. And also, I'm your great resource also. If you have any difficulty, any question, feel free to drop me an email. Feel free to talk with me after class. Yeah, I'm also free. I don't charge you money. So those are 3 points I want to make about this comment. Do you guys have any opinion, any suggestions?
Yeah, I would say that on the first one, I kind of underestimate the importance of like, kind of relaxing, especially during tests. As soon as I start taking a test, even if I know the material, I kind of freak out, and it makes it hard to concentrate and take every step carefully when you're kind of worried about not doing good on it. So yeah, just taking a minute to, look around and breathe, I feel like has really helped me. I started doing it
Okay.
a little while ago for tests, and I think it's been beneficial.
Great, thank you for sharing. So I strongly would agree with what you said. So this time, I think I'm extending the exam time. Last time I said it was 2 hours. This time I extend another 20 minutes. So this exam 2 should have 2 hours plus 20 minutes. So which means you can have like 2 10 minutes break during the exam. Okay. So again, your goal is having a best possible overall score. So if you're stuck on any of the particular question, don't be stressed, don't pull your hair off. So just spend maybe 2 or 3 minutes working on it, or maybe in 5 minutes. If you don't get it, that's okay. Just skip to the next question. All the questions are kind of equally scored. So there's no question if you don't get it, you lose the exam. There's no such a one question failure, you're out. There's no such thing happened in our exam. Okay. So anybody else has any kind of opinion? Any suggestions? Any comments?
I just get a little bit frustrated because I think that I understand it really well while I'm in class and you're explaining it. And then when I'm not in class, like I don't always get the right answer and I'm not 100% sure, even though I think I followed the formula where I made the mistake. And when you're doing the homework, it doesn't unless you, like, it doesn't give you the option of figuring out like what part of it you made the mistake on. So I just kind of keep going through it and typically getting the same answer, not realizing where the mistake is. So I think that's what's like been frustrating for me.
Gotcha. I understand. So I think in your situation, that the second point makes more sense. So make sure before the exam, I forgot to say this, you should do a review of what we learned in the previous sections. So you don't have to repeat all the calculation I did. Just read through the lecture notes, understand the context of each question. Okay. For example, the back deposit question, you are growing your money. The mortgage question, you need to pay some money each month. So having this kind of general idea on the process, I think that would help. Also, there's also another question, like if you want to have, like, let's say 100,000 in the future, how much money you should deposit right now, right? So those are belong to different categories. So I would strongly recommend everybody in our class to read the lecture notes to understand the story behind it before the exam, so that you know which formula fit into the category. Okay, Rochelle, thank you for sharing.
Welcome.
Okay, anybody else who want to say anything? Okay, so let's move on. Next point. So somebody suggests providing a separate page of the equations explaining in depth when you use which equation, since the person feels confused. Okay, so first of all, I would appreciate this person's suggestion. I think that's a great one. Second of all, I think this is also a great bonus points opportunity. So look at my screen, pay attention. Pay attention to, do you guys see my mouse? The pointer?
Yes.
Yeah.
Do you guys see my pointer is a big pink one?
Yes.
Okay, great. So look at it, we have a discussion section. I think the best way to do this is that I post the formula. I build an independent section inside this discussion section. Every time I do a section, I learn a new section, I post a formula there. And I want you guys to describe it. And I also love you guys to like other people's description. So the one who has the most likes the description you provided will be selected as the best description. And those people who provided the best description about which formula to use, I think for each one, if it was selected, I should give that person, let's say 0.2 bonus to the final score. Let's say if you have 5 of your description, which are selected as the most likely description. So your final score maybe is 90. I will give you 1 point extra. So your final score will be 91. So I'm thinking about it this way. I also want to hear how you feel about my idea. Do you have any kind of so Frank said in the chat session, I don't know if you could like in the canvas. So in most cases, the like option is disabled. However, there's also a button on my side of the computer, which you can literally set, you can click likes. Okay, So anybody has any opinion? Do you guys like this approach or you want something different?
That's fine. I like it.
I think that's good. Yeah.
Okay, so I said it's 0.2 points, so I'm still considering it. So I'm not sure how many people will finish like, or how many people will post a description. So right now I'm thinking that if not enough people post a description, I will give more points, just give you more encouragement to participate in such a process. And sometimes even the best description may not be accurate. I will post my comment on it. However, the most likely comment will also receive bonus points. I'm not receiving any bonus points. Still, the bonus points belong to the most likely to the comment. Even if the best likely the description has some kind of flaws. Okay. So exam 2 is coming next Tuesday. I think I should do it. Yeah, I think I should do it tonight. Okay, tonight, open an independent section in the discussion. Post all the formulas we learned, which is belong to exam 2, in the sections belong to exam 2. So that you can spend over the weekend is time to write your description. Okay, so if I don't do it tonight, please feel free to send me an email tomorrow. Okay, does that sound good, people?
Yeah.
Okay, so let's continue. Somebody said that I should explain why the problem is right if somebody get it wrong. First, I'm not very understanding of the above statement. So I wonder who made this comment. Can the person speak out, elaborate to me what he or she is trying to say?
So I made that comment.
Yeah.
So what I'm trying to say is that someone like got the problem wrong, they could like elaborate on how it's wrong.
Okay. Okay. So I completely got you. So first of all, everybody makes so many mistakes during their class. So whether it's on the homework or the exams, everybody makes some mistakes. So for this class in total, we have maybe thousands of mistakes. I cannot explain every mistakes to you. So second, I think the better approach is that if you have a question which you made a mistake on and you are still feeling very confused, you should approach to me and send me an email or talking with me after class. Dear professor, why this is my question, this is my solution, why it is wrong. You should approach to me explicitly. Suchibala, do you think my idea is reasonable?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Thank you for writing this comment and thank you for clarifying. Okay, so this comes to the last point. So somebody said that MATLAB very hard, unreasonable, and the homework questions do not match. Trying to trick us, and it's kind of question do not match what we do in class. So when I read this comment, I literally do not know how to answer at first. And then I kind of consult, I talk with my course coordinator. So what should what he would recommend in such a situation? So all the response here kind of cited from him. So that's recommended solution from him. And I agree with the most points. However, I'm very flexible. I'm open to any kind of communication. So do you guys have any kind of different opinion, different comments about the response from our course coordinator?
I would agree. I think there have been times where I've been in the math lab and there are questions about stuff that we haven't gone over yet. And then we go over it like the next week in class. So there has been times where there's definitely questions about stuff that we haven't gone over yet.
Okay, thank you for putting forward that. So thank you, Rishi. If that happens in the future, please send me an email. I'll extend the deadline to make sure every deadline is after we learning the material. We're not doing anything that we have not learned yet. Rishi, are you?
Okay.
Do you agree? Do you approve what I said?
Yeah, that's totally fine. I didn't know that that was an option. So I feel like there's been like a lot of times where I was like confused about what was happening. And then we went through it like the next class or what have you. And so then I got it, but I had already kind of started working on it. And so like I'm good with that. Thank you.
Got you. Thank you. Thank you for talking with me. So let me emphasize that our class is very flexible and I'm very open to communication. So if you have any kind of issue, do not hesitate to contact me. Very likely, I would say 95% of the time, we will figure out a way to make some adjustment so that things will work out smoothly. Okay. So anybody else has any kind of opinion, comments, suggestions? Okay, so let me ask you this. Did I miss anybody's comment? Anybody suggesting the middle semester survey? I just do the control copy and control paste. So I'm not confident if did I miss anybody's comment, anybody's opinion? Okay, so if I have not missed anybody's comment, so all the suggestions from your mid-semester survey has been addressed. So if you feel that I missed yours, I didn't address yours very well, and you feel shy to talk in the class, in the public, so please feel free to talk with me after class or send me an email. So other than that, I think all the suggestions, comments are addressed. So that's the second part of today's class. The third thing I want to talk with you guys is that I was trying to grade your 4C project on Wednesday. Unfortunately, I think it's my fault. I didn't explicitly say you should use Adobe Scan to do that. Some students in our class, their submission and their writings are also very small. I literally cannot read it. So which makes me feel very sad. And I send you guys an email, make sure you use Adobe Scan. So let me show you this. So this is still our canvas. So do you guys notice that each time after class, I post my written notes during the class? If you click on it, written notes, you see? So this is a product of Adobe Scan. You see, in general, here, because of flashlight, is kind of become very vague here at this point. Other than that, every letter is very clearly written, very clearly can be read very clearly. Everything looks fine. I can read everything using Adobe Scan very easily. However, unfortunately, for some of your submissions, it seems that you try to take photos, then try to convert the photos into a PDF or document, then submit it. So your written, maybe your original written is already small. After you taking photo, it looks even smaller. And after you put this photo into the Word document or any kind of PDF you use, it look even smaller. And also kind of, sometimes it's also very blurry. So I feel very frustrated. That's why I think that you guys are kind of unhappy email on Wednesday. So for this project, which is due, I think it's tomorrow, please make sure you use Adobe Scan. It's very easy.
The project's due at midnight.
Today?
Yeah.
Okay, that's fine. Today, if it is today, is also fine. Please make sure you use Adobe Scan. If you have already submitted, but you didn't use Adobe Scan, please make sure you scan. Literally scan your written again and submit it. Please do that. If you still submit another very blurry PDF, I will send you an email individually asking you to do it. And I'm pretty sure you will not be happy when you are receiving the email, since I'm not happy. If I'm not happy, you're definitely not happy, right? That's the general principle of the education system. That's just a joke, never mind. So the point is use Adobe Scan. Okay, I'm very serious on this. That's it for today's class. So anybody has any question, comment before we close the Zoom? So do not go, let me take the attendance. Okay, so I finished taking the attendance. Stay here if you want to talk with me. Otherwise, feel free to go. Goodbye. Have a good night. See you Tuesday.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye. See you Tuesday.
Bye.